Tonight on News 5 Live, law enforcement remains on the ready in the event the tension flares up at Tower Hill. The Commissioner of Police provides an update in the Ramos murder, but the department is no closer in making an arrest. News 5 continues its investigative coverage of infant mortality, and in tonight's episode of The Bright Side, picking old habits going into a new year. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
My fellow Belizeans, I greet you in a cheerful spirit that fills us with hope at the start of a new year. During these festive days, we take stock of the year that's closing and make fervent pledges for the one ahead. The year 2023 brought so many achievements for Belizeans across the length and breadth of our blessed nation. There is no greater goal than to protect the lives of our citizens, and so perhaps our foremost achievement was the dramatic reduction of violent crime and murders, the latter falling by 19% over last year. I thank every police officer, Coast Guard and soldier for their diligent work in making our country safer, especially during these holidays when their sacrifices are clear for all to see. I commend the Commandant, Commissioner, and Admiral for the constancy of their leadership. The sterling service of our security personnel is matched by the commitment of our public officers, nurses, doctors, educators, and staff at ministries and departments across the public service. My administration salutes you and offers our appreciation for your commitment to service and your love of country. I strongly believe that our most precious resource is our people. That's why the bonanza of jobs that arose in 2023 is truly remarkable. 2023 saw the highest number of Belizeans ever employed, just over 183,000. 96 of every 100 Belizeans who wanted a job was able to find work in 2023. That has never happened before in our country. Whether in tourism, construction, BPO centers, or agriculture, more Belizeans than ever are producing quality goods and services while sustaining themselves and their families. And thanks to this government's increase of the minimum wage, 42,865 Belizeans are earning more for their precious skills. A nation at work is worth celebrating and preserving in 2024. And in 2024, government intends to keep the economy humming. The latest National Productivity Report shows a 3.4% GDP expansion in the third quarter of this year, with the service sector rising by an impressive 9% compared to the same period last year. The tourism subsector rocketed upwards by 27%, one of the highest quarter-to-quarter increases since the end of the COVID pandemic. 2024 promises to be Belize's best year ever for tourism, surpassing the 2019 pinnacle. Not only is there now a new direct flight by JetBlue from New York, one of the most prolific travel markets, but additional frequencies have been added from multiple destinations such as Charlotte, Los Angeles, Seattle, Calgary, Minneapolis, and Panama. The Tourism Board will ramp up its investments in product quality assurance through training and infrastructure spending while expanding its marketing footprint. 2024 may very well be the year when Belize finally secures that direct air link with Europe. Fulfilling tourism's awesome potential is but one of so many elements of Plan Belize that this administration continues to deliver. Thousands of house lots in every district are being awarded. About 6,000 tertiary level students, a record number, benefit from government scholarships and subsidies. In 2024, the novel STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics will begin to blossom, closing the skills gap and funneling future employees and entrepreneurs into a more dynamic economy. In health, the fact that almost 220,000 Belizeans are covered by the National Health Insurance is in partial fulfillment of our promise to get every Belizean covered under the NHI program. Funding has been secured and plans are well on the way for the hospital in San Pedro and the tertiary level teaching hospital in Belmopan. Hundreds of miles of highways, rural roads and village streets continue to be transformed by the Ministry of Infrastructure Development team. As 2024 begins, the new Halova Bridge will be completed on schedule and below budget. 50 new starter homes funded by Taiwan will commence early in the new year. And just a few days ago, government allocated an additional $23 million for the Ministry of Health, including funding for the long-awaited CT scan machine for the KHMH, as well as additional monies for improving public health services. Without a doubt, government's boldest decision of 2023 was the buyback of the Port of Belize. I cannot overstate the importance of public ownership of this crucial asset, one which offers immense potential for economic competitiveness, smoother labor relations, and the emergence of a logistic hub that can serve the region. The new board will move decisively in 2024 in collaboration with all stakeholders to commence the transformation of this vital public utility. So, as we close one chapter and open another, my team and I remain as optimistic and as motivated as when we first pledged that oath to serve you 3 short years ago. Yes, the lives of some citizens remain untouched, and yes, there are planned Belize promises to keep. But after taking into account the dramatic results delivered so far, no one can doubt that this administration is true and tireless in its noble endeavors. With your continued support and with the blessings of the Almighty, 2024 will elevate Belize and her people to new heights of achievement and prosperity. Happy New Year's to all Belizeans. Long live Belize.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, December 29th. I am Sabrina Daly. There was a heavy police and military presence on the ground in Orange Walk on Thursday, while members of the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association protested through the principal streets. Fortunately, there were no incidents and police remained vigilant. Today, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams responded to assertions that the department is in favor of the Belize Sugar Industry Limited. This morning, Compal Williams refuted those claims, stating that the officers were simply there to make sure that other farmers who wanted to deliver their cane were able to do so without interruption.
What transpired yesterday was the demonstration by the BSCFA. We just do what we needed to do in terms of policing the event. And I know that some people were saying that the police were siding with the factory because we do have police officers at every entrance to the factory as well as on the highways. But again, we are not there to side with the factory. Neither are we there to side with the cane farmers. We're there to uphold law and order. And as much as, yes, you have the BSCFA who is aggrieved and have said that they're not going to deliver cane to the factory, they cannot deprive the other associations who may wish to deliver cane to the factory from doing so. And so we're just there to facilitate those other cane farmers who may wish to deliver their product for them to do so in an environment that is free from obstruction. So one, we are doing our best to ensure that there's no blockage to the factory, and two, to ensure that there is no blockage on the highways. I am grateful for the support of the members of the association. We have been in communication with them and they are very cooperative with the police. They have not applied for a permit to demonstrate today, but I'm hearing that they may wish to do so. The law is that you must give the police 36 hours notice of your intent to demonstrate. In this instance, there certainly will not be 36 hours. There's not going to not even be 24 hours notice. But in the interest of good spirit, if they were to come in and apply for their permit, we will grant them the permit to demonstrate. And we'll just do what needs to be done to ensure that we police the event. And again, hope we have a day like yesterday where nothing of significance occurred.
According to Williams, BSCFA members will continue to be allowed to peacefully demonstrate. If things get out of hand and emotions run high, Belize Defense Force soldiers will intervene as a last resort. Williams says the hope is that both sides come to a mutual agreement without any physical conflicts.
Yes, we do deploy officers from Corozal to assist, and we also have our specialized units on the grounds along with BDF. So we have the SPU, the MIT, the GI3, and then we have a team of BDF on standby. The BDF is going to be an act of last resort. If there were to be any serious breach of the law and it reaches a stage where we require the support from the BDF, then we're going to call them in. But for now, we only are using the BDF at the different choke points along with police to ensure that there is no blockage of the entrance as well as the highways. I am sure that the cane farmers do appreciate the effort of the police and the fact that we have been extremely patient with them. And that goes a long way. The days of applying unnecessary force are gone. We try to police with common sense, while at the same time employing support of people, and as the case may be.
Coming up, who murdered Christian Ramos and why? We'll have more details when we come back.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content." Someone early in my life said to me, "Experience is a good teacher, but it is a costly teacher." That is true, but that is the way most of us learn how to handle life situations. Paul had suffered much, but he said he had learned to be content. Many have misinterpreted this verse of Scripture. It does not mean that in the reverses of life we are simply to accept them and to be satisfied. It does not mean that when you are sick not to go to the doctor, or when you are hungry not to try and get food, or when you lose your job not to go and look for another one, or when your house burns down not to try and find another one. The word Paul uses here for contentment suggests to act independently or with self-sufficiency. What the Apostle Paul means is that we are not to be satisfied with the problems that we face in life, but we're not to be controlled by those problems. It means we're to act independently of them. As someone has said, if life serves you lemons, then make lemonade out of them. Paul realized that as a believer in Christ, we had an inner strength and power to rely upon. That is why he says later, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." With Christ, we do not have to be controlled by our problems, but we can take control of our problems. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Danny, buy me one Carol Consomme.
Carol Consomme. Carol, Mr. Sam, give me a...
You want egg? Oh, you want consomme? Carol Consomme.
Carol Consomme. The best taste and the best price. Less fat, more flavor. Carol Consomme. Available in packets for only 20 cents and a half-pound jar for only $2.75. Less fat, more flavor, more savings.
Give me a...
Carol Consomme.
Taste the savings. Love the flavor.
Available at 88 Shopping Center, Publix Supermarket, TJ Supermarket, Ming Superstore, Sugar City Supermarket, and you can also find it at your favorite supermarkets near.
In this season of joy, celebration, and spreading love, let us make sure that we keep the spirit alive by making responsible choices. Plan ahead and designate a sober driver before the celebrations.
Here are some tips to ensure a safe and joyful holiday season.
If you've been drinking, don't drive. Encourage friends and family to make responsible choices. Look out for each other. Report suspected drunk drivers to your nearest law enforcement immediately.
This holiday season, let's make memories that last a lifetime. Let's ensure that everyone arrives home safely.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
At
At the Oasis, we believe in the art of celebration. Our exquisite range of wines adds a touch of elegance to every celebration. Elevate your sports night with the finest spirits from the Oasis. Savor the victory with every sip. Love, laughter, and the perfect blend. Whether it's a romantic evening or a casual get-together, our spirits set the mood. The Oasis is your destination for all occasions. Visit us today and discover a world of taste, quality, and elegance. The Oasis, where every bottle tells a story.
Belize's location is responsible for the amazing biodiversity that we find here, including quite a few endemic species that are found nowhere else in the world.
In fact, 60% of our country still remains forested. It's part of our history, it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture.
Business has to be a long-term thing, and it has to feed into the environment. We truly believe that without a strong country, you can never have a strong company.
This is going to be a good night for croc catchers.
As we bid farewell to 2023, let's take a moment to celebrate the incredible milestones that have continued to transform Belize City into a thriving and inclusive community. This year, the Belize City Council set ambitious goals across the board, and we're proud to announce that we've made remarkable progress. When it comes to physical infrastructure, our goal was to complete 90 streets within Belize City. And guess what? We've already conquered more than 80% of that target. The Holy Emmanuel Community Rehabilitation Project is revitalizing our neighborhoods, and we've successfully eliminated the obstacles that the London bridges once presented. But it's not just about the roads we travel. It's about the community we've built. Under the leadership of Mayor Bernard Wagner, social infrastructure has flourished, fostering economic development that empowers local businesses. The Downtown Super Sales, launched in 2018, has generated a whopping $5.6 million for our talented local vendors this year. And let's not forget the Accelerator Program. So far, over 140 entrepreneurs received invaluable assistance, and an impressive 80% are still thriving in business today. This year, we introduced community festivals, creating vibrant spaces for over 100 participating businesses. 6 festivals later, our city is alive with culture, commerce, and community spirit. As always, our commitment to youth involvement is unwavering. The Youth Shadow Council, the Child Advisory Body, and engagement in summer programs continue to shape the leaders of tomorrow. And let's not forget our new Student Hub, launched this year, a haven for learning and collaboration developed by your Belize City Council. Looking ahead to 2024, we're excited to build on our successes and introduce new services that will make the lives of our residents even better. Brace yourselves for smart city enhancements featuring the e-transit pilot project, with e-buses and e-taxis, modern bus stops, and a user-friendly mobile app that will transform your daily commute. We're investing in a new, modern parking facility downtown, and we're launching the official Belize City app, allowing you to easily access your property tax statements, trade license statements, and more. In addition, 2024 will see the rehabilitation of Complex Park, basketball court, and football field for all to enjoy. Belize City, let's step into 2024 with enthusiasm and determination. Together, we'll continue to shape a city we're proud to call home. Cheers to progress, to community, and an even brighter future. Cheers to more in 2024. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Police in Belize City continue to investigate the murder of 18-year-old Christian Ramos. His body was found stuffed inside a shipping container in Belize City on Wednesday morning. Ramos had gone missing 2 days before Christmas after leaving his mother's house. He left on Christmas Eve, following a minor dispute with his sister. He initially departed in a tinted silver van, later returning home briefly before leaving again on a neighbor's bicycle. Ramos had been shot dead. Tonight, police aren't much closer to solving his murder. Police Commissioner Chester Williams shared the latest on the case.
In terms of the murder of Chris Ramos, we certainly do not anticipate any retaliation. I listened attentively to the mother when she gave her interview, and she gave a good synopsis of the time leading up to his death. He was not a person who we would see as a major gang figure or gang affiliate. And so we don't anticipate any retaliation. Nonetheless, we are still going to try to be as cautious as we can and to ensure that we are vigilant in the areas where we believe that he may have some affiliation. The mother said he's from St. Bite. I am from there, but I don't know the young man. But again, we don't have any major gangs per se in St. Bite that we would anticipate would want to come and retaliate. And he was more, like his mother described, a mischief maker as opposed to a gang figure, so no. In terms of the PG murder, again, that was a case with 3 friends. They were hanging out together, and I don't know what went wrong, that suddenly one just took out a gun and shot the other one. Again, for that, we don't anticipate any sort of retaliation. And the one in respect to the Mascal Street murder, again, we don't expect retaliation for that. I think that the police did a good job in investigating and finding the person who is responsible, and that person is now before the court. So even though we don't anticipate retaliation, we'll still ensure that we maintain our presence and do as much as we can to prevent any retaliation should there be any intent to do so.
Have investigators identified who he was hanging with that night? I think the mother mentioned a van, a silver van.
In her interview, she said that he was seen in a van, but then he came back, and then he left on a bicycle. So we don't know if the person or persons who were in that van were the same ones that he went and meet when he went on a bicycle. Nonetheless, though, we have not been able to establish who was or were in that van that he was seen in prior to his disappearance. We are hoping that people in the area will be able to provide information to the police. I know the police are canvassing the area to gather information, looking for surveillance cameras that may be able to assist and see what information can be gathered to further the investigation.
The long Christmas weekend recorded 3 murders. This, according to Police Commissioner Chester Williams, threw a monkey wrench into the department's statistics. Williams says that so far the murder count is currently below the 100 mark. But the year is not yet over, and so the department is working to ensure maximum safety and crime prevention as we enter 2024.
I was a bit more optimistic that the figure would have been less than it currently is. But you know, at the end of the last weekend, we had 3 murders over the Christmas holiday, and That certainly threw a monkey wrench into our statistics. Nonetheless, the decrease that we're seeing this year is still far more significant than we have seen in other years. We should be closing off the year with a murder count south of the 100 number mark, and that for us is a great achievement. But while we do see it as a great achievement, we are still saddened of the loss of lives, all those persons who died in 2023. People are still left grieving, and so every murder that do occur is a tremendous loss to society. But as a department, we will continue to do our utmost best to see what we can do with the support of our partner agencies to continue to save lives.
Earlier this month, we told you about Delson Paguada. He remains at the Belize Central Prison after being convicted, along with his brother, Tion Paguada, for the murder of Paul Jex. He was also accused of the shooting death of American tourist Jabiria Bowen in San Pedro town. 2 days after her son was arrested and charged, Amancia Martinez asserted that her son was at home when Bowen was fatally shot. Martinez, steadfast in her claim that her son was at home during the incident, now pledges to take legal action against the Belize Police Department, since the charge against him has been withdrawn. And the reason the charge was withdrawn, according to Police Commissioner Chester Williams, is because the witnesses retracted their statements.
Salazar is still being sought. I think only Paguada they have withdrawn against. And I had consulted the DPP on that matter, and what was said to me was that the witnesses had gone to retract their statement. So we are looking at it again and see if we'll be able to gather additional evidence. And should we do so, that would pin back Paguada to the incident, then we're going to do the rearrest.
36-year-old Hildebrand Codd remains on the lam. He was convicted in absentia of the murder of Densmore Bowman earlier this month. That's because Codd escaped from lawful custody moments before the verdict was handed down. He has yet to be located, but investigators believe that he is hiding in Belmopan and is being assisted by family and friends. Tonight, Police Commissioner Chester Williams is sending a strong warning to those persons helping Codd avoid the law.
I am still hopeful that the young man will surrender himself to the police, or that his family members are going to encourage him to surrender to the police. We do get information that he's somewhere in the Belmopan area and may be facilitated by some people. I want to sound it clear that harboring a fugitive is an offense, and it is punishable with imprisonment. If we were to find Hildebrand Codd in the company of anybody, or if we were to have evidence that anybody were facilitating him during the time that he escaped, we will ensure that we prosecute that person to the full extent of the law. So again, just to sound a warning, if the family members know where he is, asking them to please ask him to surrender himself to the police, and we go from there.
On Thursday, we told you about the daring ATM theft at U-Mall in Ladyville. The perpetrators ripped the Heritage Bank ATM from the building with the help of a van. The incident was captured on camera, and tonight investigators are looking for the man who rented the van. Police Commissioner Chester Williams says that the culprits are targeting Heritage Bank ATMs. He says that banks and businesses should work together to prevent a recurrence.
Certainly there seems to be some similarity with what happens on Farbas Road and what happens in Ladyville. It's a matter we're looking at. We are looking for an individual who has been identified as the person who rented the van that was used in the Farbas Road incident. We have not been able to find that person. I have told CIB to do a wanted poster, and we're going to issue that today for that individual. And then we'll see how we go from there. But as I've said on the show this morning, that there needs to be more done by the bank and the business establishments that do have these ATM machines. You would know that the ATMs is not something that closes or that lacks after particular hour. It remains accessible 24 hours. And so long as you have a card for the bank that houses the ATM, you can access the ATM and do what you want in there. So what I am suggesting is that the bank that owns the ATM and the establishment that houses the ATM needs to come together and put additional security, perhaps in the form of a armed guard, or they can put some alarm system on the ATM that in the event that the ATM is removed, the alarm goes off. And by the alarm going off, it will alert the public, and the thieves would be placed in a state of fear and may run, leaving the ATM, because once the alarm goes off, they know it's going to attract people to come around and may see them. So something needs to be done to put some additional security features at these establishments that do houses these ATMs.
Is it that they were specifically targeting Heritage Bank ATMs?
Well, it would seem that way because all the ATMs that had gone missing belong to Heritage Bank.
And the one at the U Mall, that had any cash in it?
From what we have been made to understand, it was empty.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams stands by his decision to dismiss 4 police officers suspected of involvement in the landing of a drug plane in Bladen on November 5th, 2021. One of those men is the infamous Elmer Na, who stands accused of the triple murder of brothers John and David Ramnareis and John's wife, Vivian Belial Ramnareis. With respect to the drug plane case, none of the men have been convicted. But despite that, Williams says he will not allow these officers to be part of the force. Acknowledging potential legal consequences, Williams highlighted the importance of public trust and confidence in the police department.
Yes, I certainly do expect that there's going to be some legal challenge, and we are prepared to deal with the consequence of it. It's not an easy decision to have been made, I can tell you, because of the fact that I do understand the legal implication and the potential financial cost to the government. But we have to strike a balance, and we have to play that balancing act. What do we do if you have a situation where the public have lost every trust and confidence in a particular police? His mere presence, even outside of uniform, is intimidating. It brings a great sense of fear, a great sense of insecurity in the public. How can we have that person still wearing a police uniform? I don't see it happening. At some point in time, what needs to be done must be done. And so I discussed the matter with the minister. I am sure if you were to ask Belizean people how would they feel to see those police officers in uniform again, the answer is going to be fearful. And it gives the department a black eye, and it makes us look as if we don't know what we're doing, or that we're condoning these type of officers. So the decision was made that they be dismissed.
After the break, News 5 continues its investigation on infant mortality in Belize. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
This Christmas, bring joy into your home with Brothers Habet. Throughout December, unwrap amazing deals Enjoy 15% off all power tools, 15% off all decorative paints, and Mape Tinted and Grout for only $19. 15% off all Pisaforte wall and floor tiles and all Ascot porcelain tiles. And up to 60% off all light fixtures. And that's not all. Every $50 you spend earns you a chance to win a $500 gift certificate in our 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Visit us today and celebrate the season of savings. Wishing you a Merry Christmas from our family at Brothers Abet to yours.
Boy, James, why you do with so much receipt? That's where that.
That's where what? What you mean that's where this? Kimberly, you'd hear yourself. I make sure I get my receipt, even if I leave it. I think could be a shilling chip. I want to make sure my tax dollars to go up where they're supposed to go. Nobody know why they overcharge me right now.
Why we even have to pay tax?
Listen to me. I want you to understand something. Make I put down my receipt. Taxes and the economy that like a bike. Taxes that the wheels from this bike will help pay for education, for make streets, for the housing projects, for even we salaries and even the development of the country. So we have to keep this bike the move because it carries everybody around.
The Belize Tax Service Department would like to remind you to always ask for a tax receipt with every purchase. Let us all do our part to ensure the further growth of Belize. Together we build our country, your contribution, our development.
Where you going, bruh? Now, who they stress you out again, Namule?
Boy, I don't believe I the fool again.
Again?
But I mess up this time for real. You really want to know?
Yes.
I want yeah.
Can't make it a big deal.
We know attack.
I know how you going now.
Oh, man.
You really want to know?
Yeah?
Take my plan and I give her. I take my plan and put it in a shiniem.
In a shiniem?
Wait, so tell me something. You still pay for this plan?
Yeah. But hear this. This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize. This plan, I can't left this plan, yeah. This plan, I can't left this plan. Postpaid plan. This plan, I can't left this plan. With Smart Belize, get unlimited data. Smart Choice plan can light up your day. Postpaid with eSIM, make everything better. Just visit Smart Showrooms today. I can't left this plan. 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 Affordable for everyone. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong.
You know why? Listen, for the best post and prepaid. You know that Smart got you back.
My bad. Wrong commercial. She could left me for another man. The truth, once I have my plan, once I have my Smart Plus plan, I no worry cause the data strong. I know when the bleed, that's all I need. And you could tell me where you are, but I never left this plan. Smart have the best services. We post your plan have everything, so you could talk and text unlimited. Come set up your group. We got share plan 1 and 2. Up to 10 friends can connect anywhere. Boom! I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong. Don't dig it down, 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 don't dig it. Smart, bringing people together.
Season's greetings to our cherished Channel 5 family.
As the festive lights twinkle
and we gather around the mistletoe,
we reflect on a year of storytelling
that has both challenged and inspired us.
We've launched groundbreaking series
that captivated viewers across the country
and beyond.
We've won prestigious awards
for journalistic and production excellence.
We expanded our community outreach,
touching lives
beyond the screen.
Your loyalty
fuels our passion
for innovation
and drives us to new heights.
Thank you for making our achievements possible as we look forward to creating more memorable moments with you in the coming year.
This is how the UDP acquires a company. They seize it and refuse to pay. They pretend to fight in court for years, while friends and family make millions and millions and millions. And then, when those millions have been made, Mr. Barrow turns around and makes a secret deal with Ashcroft, which not even his cabinet knew about, much less the Belizean people. And taxpayers end up paying over $600 million. That is the UDP way. With friends, family, and Ashcroft laughing all the way to the bank. Things are different now. This government's acquisition of the port is transparent and was taken to the House for approval. It was negotiated by a credible team. It has resulted in significant savings for the Belizean people and no additional debt to taxpayers. There is no friends and family millionaire club plan. This is good governance. This is governance for the people. As for those talkers on the other side,
the UDP will never recover. God help the UDP.
Belize Electricity Limited encourages you to enjoy this holiday season by following these safety and energy conservation tips. Inspect each holiday light string for rusted light sockets, cords, and plugs for damages. If you notice any damages, throw away the strings of lights. Consider using LED lights. They remain cool, are more durable, and consume less energy. Use only extension cords certified by Underwriters Laboratories UL for safety. Distribute light strands among multiple extension cords and use power strips. This prevents circuit overload that would otherwise overheat and potentially start a fire. Remember, even when switched off, your decor still consumes small amounts of electricity. So curb the waste by plugging all decorations into power strips and turn off lights when not in use. Finally, when decorating outdoors, always look up and keep ladders away from overhead power lines.
Belize Electricity Limited wishes you a safe and happy holiday season.
Turning back to developments in the north, where sugar industry remains in crisis at the start of a new crop. Late this afternoon, the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, joined by the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, held a press conference, while Prime Minister Briceño and his team continued to meet in a closed-door session in Yoke Creek Village. As we've reported, the BSCFA has received the full support of the umbrella organization. And today they called on the government of Belize to broker a solution for the impasse with the miller.
We have given the opportunity for the government to do its responsibility, and they have failed. Now the BSCFA is embarking on a strategy to seek other support, asking the support of the whole nation to be in solidarity with the effort. Because today it's BSCFA, and tomorrow it can be you. Not this one thing. That is something we need to have there. That in order for the Belizeans to serve any tribulation, we have to be united. And that's the call of the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association to everybody, to our nation, and especially to our brothers and sisters from the other producer organizations. What we are doing is not for the members of the BSCFA only. It's for every one of our sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters. And we are sure that everybody in this town, the Orinjo town, is hearing these words. And we also call them out in solidarity for this movement. Because the town that benefits most of the proceeds of this industry is this town, Orange. The shops, the groceries, the tire place, the mechanics, everyone benefits of this. So we call on everyone to support this cause. Because this is not a cause for one. This is the cause for the country of the listener.
It can't always be in favor of the capitalists. There's no capital without human. None. None. If indeed all of the associations decide, not only BSCFA, decide tomorrow that they are not going to deliver any care, you think any sugar is going to be milled? You think anybody will be able to get any money? So there's no capital. You put that in your pipe and smoke it. No capital without human. When you could find capital without human, come and bring something. But there isn't capital without human, and we have to respect that. So, Prime Minister and Cabinet, once again, we are imploring upon you to look into this issue, and please, let's rescue this situation. The sugar industry is a very important industry to our economy. This industry brings foreign exchange to our economy. This industry is also a part of our social construct.
In part one of our Hospital Horrors investigative series, we told you about the nightmarish experiences of Leah Woodai, Dion Woodai, and Naomi Guerrero, two separate experiences at two different hospitals. Tonight, we take a closer look at some specific points they highlighted from their encounters. We also hear from Dr. Natalia Baer, the Maternal and Child Health Technical Advisor at the Ministry of Health, to better understand some of the established protocols at public health facilities as we ventilate these hospital horrors. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
In 2018, 11-week-old Dion Woodai Jr. passed away inside the Crozal Community Hospital. His parents Leah and Dion Woodai rushed him there after the child began experiencing severe diarrhea and vomiting.
They never made take it as an emergency because the nurse, from the first place, when you reach the emergency, and if clinic may open, maybe then I'm going there. You understand? But the emergency, and my baby, the cry and thing, and I know you don't feel good. So that's why I carry on there.
We spoke with Dr. Natalia Baer, the Maternal and Child Health Technical Advisor at the Ministry of Health, about protocols in place at public health facilities for emergencies involving children.
A majority of parents know when a child needs to go to emergency. A few cases may slip into outpatient and need to be diverted to accident and emergency. And whenever there is a complication or a person in need of urgent attention, then they would get priority also at emergency.
But that's not the kind of priority that Dion Woodai says his son was given. The couple claims that they waited 2 hours clinging to their sick child before getting help.
My mind, I'm not with it all the time, and then I made things for try find one next way how I can get my baby get better quick, because then doctors don't want me to work out and should have me work. And take too long with my baby, then time my baby done to get blue already.
Dr. Baer says the staff at emergency units across the country are trained to determine when a patient needs emergency care and when a patient must join the queue. This is done to manage the limited human resources available at health facilities.
Let's say a child with a severe dehydration, secondary to diarrhea. Everybody can identify those cases, and that doesn't need no question, no paper. It goes directly into receive care. But other cases that are not that urgent, they will be seen in emergency, but they would have to follow procedures or wait for their turn.
Dr. Bear further indicated that the circumstances that may have led to baby Dion's death are isolated.
That case in particular doesn't happen every day. It's very rare we have a situation like that. And there are sometimes, because the problem with young babies, young children, is that they do not present all the signs and symptoms that you would expect with older children or with adults. So even for clinicians, it may be a bit difficult to, and especially if they are not in the hospital setting as occurred in this case. No, it was at the polyclinic, if I'm not mistaken.
Leah and Dion Woodeye sought to take legal action shortly after their son's passing, believing that their 11-week-old son would still be alive if efficient care was provided. The matter was heard virtually by a magistrate and later dismissed. Their attorney is now working on appealing the dismissal.
At that time, the lady, how she could have do, start put the baby for IV, or check up or whatever, do a triage, then go and call the doctor. But she never do that. Yeah. I guess she be too busy on the phone.
Like what the lawyer tell we, no, is that this case is a winning case, so how we have to do that, keep on smiling, but I don't know what kind of smile
we
now.
Smile too long.
I think we smile too long now, so I don't think we are, time they run out, and I don't know what happened. So, and with she sickness, I need a lot of help with she. Right now she need a biopsy, and I need to try to find a donor for she for her kidney.
Turning to another hospital horror, Aaron Allen passed away inside the KHMH on the night of July 8th, 2 days after his mother, Naomi Guerrero, went to the hospital with severe bleeding. Still grieving her son's death, she questioned many of the decisions that were made at the hospital.
Are you bleeding? They asked again. I tell her no, miss. But they tell you I just urine pink this morning, and obviously nobody urine pink. And then she say, well, you have to wait. There's no emergency anymore. That's why you should have make up fry. Yesterday, for the first time you bleed. I tell her, I just want to make sure, do an ultrasound for me to see if my baby okay. She said, you can't get an ultrasound because it's not an emergency case anymore. But if you want your ultrasound, you have to pay for it.
We also spoke with Dr. Natalia Beer about the protocols in place at public health facilities for pregnant women experiencing complications.
Our protocols are designed in a way that the woman have contact with the primary healthcare facilities, and then there are steps that the health facility need to comply with and assess and interpret, and then make a decision to refer to the specialist.
Still, the decision to conduct a C-section came almost a day after she arrived at the hospital.
In the morning when they did wrongs, I finally saw a doctor, right? And they were already monitoring the baby hearts again. And that's when the doctor, when he came and checked me, it was my turn, he didn't came to me and told me directly. He told the nurse, prepare this lady, she needs C-section right now.
According to Aaron Allen's death certificate, he passed away on July 8 at 10 p.m. Guerrero also claims that she did not get a chance to give her child skin-to-skin care after the delivery, an opportunity gone forever.
He born the Friday at around 9:30, and I didn't get to see my baby that day. I didn't see him any at all. So,
as part of the baby-friendly hospital initiative, all hospitals are encouraging women after vaginal delivery or even cesarean section to have the baby placed on the abdomen of the mom, or start the breastfeeding within the first hour after birth.
And if it's a premature child?
Likewise, with prematurity, the ideal condition is for the child to be kept warm, skin to skin with the mom.
Guerrero says the greatest toll during her time at the hospital came from the manner in which information was being provided to her. She shares that she was unfamiliar with many of the terms being used, which she says added to her anxiety.
It's always a challenge for us caregivers to be able to break down in a 5 cent and 2 cent in the common language of the person. What that actually means. I mean, it will be ridiculous. I think it will be ridiculous for any caregiver, doctor, nurse, tell the patient that they have one condition when they call that bructo placenta, because what the hell that means. So you try to break it down.
I guess that's a big problem right there at a hospital, because then nurses and doctors should come and explain. You as a patient, you when you have the degree to help you understand, right, what is happening.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Guerrero's nightmare at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital was far from over after her newborn son, Aaron Allen, died inside the neonatal intensive care unit. At the time that Aaron Allen's body was being held in the hospital morgue, a second newborn named Aaron Jones was also being housed. Aaron Allen's body was released by the morgue to a funeral home that was hired to cremate the body of Aaron Jones. It's a mix-up that has caused Guerrero great grief and demanding change. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
After her newborn son, Aaron Allen, passed away inside the neonatal intensive care unit, his body ended up in the hands of the wrong funeral home and ultimately the wrong family. The news was first relayed to the funeral home that Guerrero hired to conduct the funeral. She later learned of her misfortune.
The first thing they asked was, hello, Mr. Yomi, how many funeral home service did you seek for any help? And my mama said, what? Only Jenkins? Only Mr. Jenkins we gone? And then that's when Mr. Koi came and told us, I'm very sorry, Miss Naomi. I know I haven't met you or anything before, but there was a misunderstanding with your baby body, and unfortunately, I have cremated your son this morning.
This is Naomi Guerrero and her family on July 12th, the day she received the horrifying information. Guerrero was inconsolable and still recovering from a C-section she underwent a day prior.
I just ask for justice. Make the hospital stop being so negligent. I know what I want. That no fear. I have a C-section. I got cut. I in a pain physically, emotionally. For me to come and give me more pain like that, it's not fair.
So, where was the breakdown? The management at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital issued a brief statement the day after, saying that it continues to prioritize the matter and that it is working with all parties to take the necessary remedial action. We have since reached out to the hospital for further comments. Chief Executive Officer Chandra Cancino recently informed News 5 that the hospital cannot provide further details on the situation because Guerrero has threatened legal action. Guerrero revealed that she met with the hospital's management following what occurred.
Yes, we had a meeting now, and we were present with a lawyer. So they asked us, the CEO was there shaking, even stuttering, saying that they're sorry for the mistake that had happened, and they will investigate deep down what really had happened that day, and they would like to know what we would like.
The funeral home that Guerrero's family hired, Jenkins Funeral Home, denied comments. We also reached out to Koi Funeral Home for comments and got no response. Reports are that the hospital has implemented new policies at its morgue. Among them, funeral homes can no longer retrieve a body from the morgue in the absence of a family member or next of kin. But Guerrero says the hospital must do more.
Obviously, we want a compensation for the cremation and the neglection of the baby and me. And not only that, because then I want to make the better of the system in the hospital to better our Belize though. because it's our Belizeans who are getting sacrificed.
It is yet to be seen whether a settlement will be reached between the two parties. In Corazal, Leah and Dion Woodai have similar desires to see that no one else experiences a similar hospital horror.
I just want justice, and we need that because with other people too, we need our compensation too, at least, because we for years we go up on case and nothing happen. At least we get back with money we spend, and fly and all them things there, we go through a lot, and with cheese sickness I go there a lot too.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
When we return, Prime Minister promises big for 2024.
It was New Year's Eve, an hour before 2007. All I wanted to do was party. Anyway, one of my friends needed a ride, and me and my best friend, we just left the party to go pick her up.
Were you drinking?
I was. I took one for the road, but that was nothing out of the ordinary.
Were you wearing a seatbelt?
The seatbelts were gone. The airbags had already been deployed. The car was basically a death trap on wheels.
What happened on the road?
It's basically going too fast. Was overtaking way too many cars. About halfway through, I came up on a curve. I second-guessed myself. I pulled in way too fast, slid back into my lane, but then slid off the road. I ended up hitting a lamppost with my back driver's side, and I flew out my driver's side window.
And what about your friend?
He was good. He was all right. He was largely unharmed, which is great. Ended up finding me very far from the wreck in a pool of my own blood.
What's the lesson learned?
I was essentially bedridden for 6 months, so I had a lot of time to just think. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but if you're gonna drink, don't drive. It's that simple. Don't speed. I was in a rush to go pick up my friend before 12. I never got there, and it almost cost me my life.
WestTrack Limited is committed to working hard every day to ensure you get the right products at the most affordable price. We strive to have the greatest selection of quality, affordable, and timely products and services that will enhance your personal or corporate lives. With an extensive line of products, we'll be sure to have what you need. For even faster service, you can contact us on Facebook, WhatsApp, or by email. We look forward to seeing you come through our doors at your nearest WestTrack branch today.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Apply now for an undergraduate degree in animation, film or journalism at the Caribbean School of Media and Communication at the University of the West Indies, Mona. For more information, visit www.mona.uwi.edu/apply.
Man, ever since everybody heard the next big thing there, the excitement can't done. Everyone wants to know more.
More?
Yes, please. I tell them, say hello to unlimited data, only with Digi. You can now enjoy unlimited data with Digi's postpaid plans, like the Plus plan, which just got cheaper, I might add. The Elite and Max plans also have unlimited data. You can have from 5 to 7 people on your shared plan, with all having unlimited data 24/7. I tell you, big things. If you're not signed up already, I suggest you sign up now. Make the switch to Digi. The next big thing there, go sign up for your unlimited data. Unlimited is unlimited. Never worry about data again.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Purchasing illegal lotteries is an unnecessary risk that is not worth it. Even if you have a winning number, you run the risk of not collecting your prize. You also risk being arrested without a warrant, imprisoned for up to 2 years, and fined up to $20,000. When buying your bolito or jackpot, ensure you buy from an official source. Official sub-agents should have official tickets that feature the Belize Government Lotteries Limited logo, all the information about your purchase, a QR code, and more information about the Belize Government Lotteries Limited on the back of the ticket. If your ticket is written with pen on paper, it's an illegal lottery ticket. If your ticket does not have the official logo or a QR code on it, it's an illegal lottery ticket. Buy smart, buy with confidence, and buy official lotteries only.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
This Christmas, gift rum popo in recycled glass bottles.
I hope you wash that bottle good.
For your next Christmas party, use silverware.
Always carry your reusable bag.
And be sure to use it.
Gift homemade presents this Christmas.
Make plastic-free family resolutions this new year.
Buy your vegetables loose and fresh.
Why, Brick? Make sure you buy soft drink in a pint, you know.
Yes, girl, sugar. A nicer and a cola.
Ditch plastic straws this holiday season and either use metal, bamboo, or paper straws.
This Christmas, get creative and make some of your Christmas ornaments at home.
Hey, wrap it up, guys. We need to get a studio of a wrap.
Yes, I.
Get creative with wrapping this Christmas.
Pack your Christmas leftover dinner in a reusable container.
Cheers!
And not forget your reusable cup.
As As 2023 draws to a close, many are taking time to reflect on their achievements of the past year and goals for the approaching year. This includes the government of Belize that, in a New Year message from Prime Minister John Briceño, reviewed the progress the country made this year and shared his administration's optimism for the year to come.
During these festive days, we take stock of the year that's closing and make fervent pledges for the one ahead. There is no greater goal than to protect the lives of our citizens, and so perhaps our foremost achievement was the dramatic reduction to violent crime and murders, the latter falling by 19% over last year. 2023 saw the highest number of Belizeans ever employed, just over 183,000. 96 of every 100 Belizeans who wanted a job was able to find work in 2023. 2024 promises to be Belize's best year ever for tourism, surpassing the 2019 pinnacle. In health, the fact that almost 220,000 Belizeans are covered by the National Health Insurance is in partial fulfillment of our promise to get every Belizean covered under the NHI program. Funding has been secured and plans are well on the way for the hospital in San Pedro and the tertiary level teaching hospital in Belmopan. As 2024 begins, the new Halova Bridge will be completed on schedule and below budget. 50 new starter homes funded by Taiwan will commence early in the new year. And just a few days ago, government allocated an additional $23 million for the Ministry of Health, including funding for the long-awaited CT scan machine for the KHMH, as well as additional monies for improving public health services. Without a doubt, government's boldest decision of 2023 was the buyback of the Port of Belize. The new board will move decisively in 2024 in collaboration with all stakeholders to commence the transformation of this vital public utility. With your continued support and with the blessings of the Almighty, 2024 will elevate Belize and her people to new heights of achievement and prosperity. Happy New Year's to all Belizeans. Long live Belize.
Not to be left out of the conversation, leader of the opposition, Moses Shine Barrow, had his own end-of-year review to share as well. In his message to the public, Barrow states that Belize is in a state of disaster and that with the help of his fellow Belizeans, he can rescue it. Here's what he had to say.
Belizeans are an indomitable people. Despite all of the challenges that we faced in 2023, our resilience readies us for 2024. No more misappropriation of town and city council funds. No more fighting between the Prime Minister, area representatives, and mayors, deputy mayors against sitting mayors, and all at the great cost of the Belizean people's quality of life. No more complaining about the highest cost of living ever, the highest cost of fuel ever, corruption in the highest ranks of the police that the Compol, his minister, nor his Prime Minister can or care to solve, with the illicit sale of gun license being the only new growth industry that Musa could launch in the last 2 years. Corruption in the Lands Department, which resulted in the execution of Ricardo Borjas, who himself had 10 gun licenses, purchased at least one vehicle from the Commissioner of Police. Corruption with Portico, which saw our very own Prime Minister, Briceño, attempt to pass legislation that would have completely sold out the best interests of the Belizean people, despite legal advice from Ben Geratowicz not to do so. The actions of the lame duck Prime Minister and his cabinet are being investigated now as we speak by the Senate, and recently cost the Belizean people $200 million to settle with investors who had been wronged due to their Portico corruption. Whereas the next Prime Minister of Belize, my municipal and central governments will lower the cost of living, lower the fuel prices, provide food security so there will be no more shortages of sugar. Imagine during Christmas season we could not find sugar to have a splendid holiday time despite all of the punishment that we've taken all year round. Now we have been reduced to importing sugar only under the PUP. The UDP government will not punish farmers for their political affiliation and leave their crops to rot while importing from foreign nations. Our UDP government will overhaul our public health system and bring quality health care to Belizeans. You will not have to wait another 3 years and hundreds of millions of dollars misappropriated for one CAT scan that still has not been delivered. The UDP government will ensure healthcare workers have the equipment and essentials to treat our Belizeans, as well as provide access to affordable housing and transportation for all public healthcare workers. Our UDP government will ensure education for all those in need with our student financing plan so all Belizeans, regardless of class, gender, or ethnicity, can achieve the Belizean dream with hard work and determination. Only your imagination will be your obstacle. Only your relentless pursuit of the Belizean dreams can stop you from accomplishing the Belizean dreams. You will be your savior.
You may recall that just a few days ago, Municipal Court bailiff Brandon Gillett was remanded to the Belize Central Prison on multiple firearm offenses. The 38-year-old spent a total of 5 nights behind bars, including Christmas. However, on Thursday, Gillett was released on $10,000 bail and is spending his second night at home with his family. Gillett was taken into police custody after a video of him wielding a rifle in public and speaking in what was determined to be a threatening manner to someone went viral on social media. It was alleged that he had gotten into a verbal disagreement with someone after attending his grandmother's funeral. And that is when the content of the video transpired. That incident was just the beginning of several firearm offenses Gillett would later be charged for, which included 5 counts of altering a firearm without previous permission from the Firearms and Ammunition Control Board. Gillett and his attorney, Orson O.J. Elrington, appeared virtually before Justice Antoinette Moore, where the bail application was read. The DPP Crown, represented by Crown Counsel Dersine Stain and Justice Moore, granted Gillett bail in the sum of $10,000 and an additional 2 sureties of $5,000 each, of which conditions Gillett met. The conditions of his bail are that he must attend all his court adjournments in 2024, not to interfere with any of the prosecution witnesses directly nor indirectly. He cannot be arrested for any offenses whilst on bail, and lastly, he is not to leave the country without permission from the High Court. On Thursday, we told you of the community effort in San Pablo Village, Orange Walk, that led to the detention of 2 suspected thieves. The 2 men reportedly robbed Jay's Mini Mart after pretending to be customers. One of them attacked a customer with a knife, while the other grabbed over $1,000 and a couple of bears. They then tried to escape, but the villagers were fast and they quickly captured them. When asked about it today, Police Commissioner Chester Williams praised the efforts of the residents.
I wouldn't call it vigilante justice. I would call it a situation where the community acts to ensure that those who violate the community are caught. We are grateful for what took place in San Pablo. I think we need to see more of that in other areas where thief goes in and the community catch you and they hand you over to the police. If it is that he got or they got a few blows in the process of being apprehended, then they look for that.
But then I would imagine you would say that community residents should also be cautious in approaching these.
Certainly yes, but if they have the upper hand, and as they did in San Pablo, then we welcome it.
Every year, Christmas and New Year festivities come with hundreds of firecrackers and dozens of fireworks across the country. For some, these are all part of the festivities. For others, it's a nuisance. It is noise pollution and rather frustrating. Some have taken to Facebook asking the Belize Police Department to target children who are setting off firecrackers on the streets. Police Commissioner Chester Williams says that's not going to happen.
The idea that some people want for the police to arrest children who are using firecrackers, because firecrackers is a nuisance, right? But when you look at the persons who are discharging firecrackers, they are persons between ages 3 and 15, young children. Are we going to arrest a 3-year-old? The law does not permit us to arrest a 3-year-old. Section 25 of the Criminal Code, Section 25 of the Criminal Code states nothing done by a child under the age of 12 is an offense, right? And when it comes to 12 and 14, you have to prove that the child has attained sufficient maturity to be able to understand the nature and consequence of the act that he or she is engaged in. So, how are we going to prosecute a 3-year-old or 4-year-old?
The parents.
No, the thing is, Marisol, indeed,
that's a danger to them.
The parents may be the ones giving them the firecrackers. But if you go after the parents are going to say, no, it bites for some way, right? So it's a very touchy situation, right? And I am sure that all of us here, including you, when we were young, we discharged firecrackers. It's the fun that we have as children, right? That is their way of fun, right? So, we just get a picnic at the Blythe right now, right? At the very least, what the police is going to do, if we see them with the firecrackers, we're going to take it away. But we're not going to prosecute the children, no. Of course, if it is that you are discharging the type of fireworks that rockets out in residential area, it will give the potential for things to go wrong, and people need to be extremely cautious where that is concerned. And I have given the advice before that we just need to exercise extreme caution and be reasonable in doing fireworks.
Up next, Belizeans share their 2024 year intentions.
It's beginning to cost a lot like Christmas. And it doesn't matter if you choose Elf or Grinch. Our prices are pinch. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you and start getting your friends and family gifts with extra savings. Like our Android starter phone, now just $109, or save over $50 on the Redmi A2. Samsung phones, backed by 1-year local warranty, starting at $255. Our 4G LTE tablets for an all-time low price of just $149. Smart TVs starting at only $349, and Fire Sticks at only $7 to $9. Smartwatches going for $79. Speakers starting at $39. Headphones and earbuds starting at just $25, and so much more. This isn't regular shopping, this is Deal Shopping, and Deal World just got started. Cellular World is your #1 technology gift shop. Visit our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, or San Pedro, or shop via our virtual store through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Spread love, share joy, and have a Merry Christmas when you shop at Cellular World.
We love our cars. They take us where we need to go and allow us to explore, work, and even make memories. RF&G Insurance prides itself in offering coverage options for you. We are pleased to reintroduce our Super Act policy. Drive with confidence, knowing that you are protected on both public and private roads. Experience outstanding service and reliable protection that is tailored to your budget. WhatsApp us at 670-8700 or visit an agent near you to learn more. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Today is also the time to make clear that the new management and board of the port must and will operate the facility mindful always of their primary obligations to the employees, to shareholders who are customers, and to the community. The port will not be a sandbox for the play of party politics. We plan to nominate representatives of labor and the business sector to sit on the board, and the company is to operate as a pivotal public utility so that its profitability can sustain this acquisition.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome to a world where dreams take flight, where aspirations know no bounds. This is the realm of DFC, Belize's Development Finance Corporation. At DFC, we're not just financiers. We are trailblazers, breaking barriers, and forging a path as Belize's institution for women entrepreneurs. Empowering you is our mission. Uplifting businesses is our passion. Your success story is waiting to be written. We believe in your dreams, and we're here to make them a reality. DFC Trailblazing Women's MSME Financing. Your dreams or commitment. Check us first, and let's blaze a trail to your success together.
As the year winds down, many are delving into reflection, carefully examining personal milestones, shaping new aspirations, and assessing the impact of past strategies. This introspective process becomes the cornerstone for a refreshed plan with the turn of the new calendar. In our final look on the bright side for 2023, we took to the streets of Belize City to learn of the transformations people are gearing up for in the coming year. Here's a glimpse of the diverse responses we heard.
What are your goals for 2024?
Well, the only thing I could say, ma'am, I just try to do my kids do better. I think I try to make more money. I try to prosper because you know 2023 a lot of simpleness happen. I think so. Let's have to try to prosper. I think, man.
Okay, my goals for 2024 is just health and strength and be more with my kids and other family members.
Well, to be quite honest, in 2024, we just want to be more productive than the last year was. That's pretty much it.
I want to travel more. I want to read more. Actually, I love, I call it exercising. I want, and I want to be more, try to take more time with family.
And for next year, I want New Year's resolution. I want my mom, my dad, I want me and my whole family to be happy by grace of God, Jehovah. And I want everyone in the country of Belize and everyone in Belize to be happy and all Belizeans to be happy as well. And I want everyone to get a wish that everyone was praying for as well. That's like me. I want my wish to get come true. In Jesus Christ's name, and in Jehovah God, His Father. And I pray God, Jehovah, and bless all of us in Belize, in the country of Belize, in Son Jesus Christ's name as well. Amen.
2024 be better than this year. This year was good, but I hope next year be better. More health, more love, peace, for everyone. And we hope that everything be better. And then we leave it in the hands of God. May God protect us, protect Belize, everybody.
My goals is just behaving myself, right, and get closer to my daughters.
For 2024, I would like to go back to school. That is something that I am interested in, and I feel like it's best for me.
My goal for 2024 is to be the best security at Caribbean Sprinter. All right? Although I'm the best in the whole entire Belize, I want to be the best for the 2024.
What are your goals for 2024?
To be happy, to be at peace, and just that's it.
And you? Can you say hi?
My goal for 2024 for me is getting a nice van to do my work. I have a van already, but my goal is to get another van so that I could, improve on my work, expand, do something greater.
What's your work?
I'm a taxi driver or a cab driver, whatever you want to say.
My goals for 2024, health and strength and lot of blessing, and we have to learn to live with one another and help out one another, because Christmas is caring and sharing. My goals for 2024 is to have a balanced life in all aspects: love, career, health, everything.
What are your goals for 2024?
I think for 2024 is focusing on the positive, being happy and with what I have instead of worrying about what will happen in the future. That has been my problem in the past. So I think it's just being a better person and being there for my family.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here, we wish you a prosperous 2024, one filled with blessings and happiness. Have a happy and safe weekend, and see you next year.